We are?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hi, guys. Welcome to our stream. I know that I said we were going to start, on time this time, but some things happened. We're using a new phone.
Who does?
A new camera. So let us know how it looks.
Kite tails and flex.
Yeah, we're not, super...
Kite tails and
You
flex.
should just be able to go to,
I can't.
Why?
It does not work.
I don't know.
I have to do it that way.
Okay, well, it should be... Oh, did we turn off the chat, too, for Streamlabs? Or just, turn that out? Just, hide
Bam,
it.
it's gone. It's
Okay,
hidden.
good. Okay, yeah, so... Welcome to our stream. Hi, Thomas. We have a lot of fun things to talk about today with our setup with our Streamlabs.
Not sponsored by Aha Bubbly Water.
No. Hi, Noble.
It is good, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's tasty.
Noble says, evening, everyone. Camera footage looks good. Still need to go as I'm still studying. I know you're super busy, so good luck with your studies, Noble. Thanks for saying hi. Happy Friday, Duffman and Pyle and everyone out there. So, what's first on the list?
First on the list.
This should be an exciting week because we have some
exciting
fun things to
times
talk about.
ahead.
Yeah.
First on the list is Monster Wind Turbines, and this one is accompanied by
Yes, our news source was given to us by our field correspondent, Duffman. Gaudon says flex drinking sound like Minecraft drinking sound. Yeah, that fake, stock sound effect.
tasty.
So we have talked about wind turbines in the past, and it has been a discussion as to whether or not green energy is the way to go, green versus nuclear, renewable, the works. So just an update on the wind turbine. GE, who I didn't know made wind turbines, is making this monster wind turbine.
Holy crap. Look at that thing.
It's called the Haliade X. And you can see how big it is. And they're saying that one of these giant wind turbines would be able to power 12,000 homes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So this is crazy. Tiara says, is that when you chug a pink monster and belch?
Bleh.
Ew, sick.
Gross.
Yeah, so... wait a second. The chat is still showing up for some reason. Look at that. It's over there.
The chat.
Yeah, this wind turbine is crazy, though. And
it's because on this view I didn't disable it. There we go.
I didn't know that GE actually makes wind turbines, but the fact that they are doing this over in Rotterdam. So they are clearly tapping into, the market. But they were saying that they are doing this, and it's going to create competition within the market. But European companies that do wind turbines and whatnot. Gaudon says that seems like a small flaw that would be disastrous. What's that?
What's the small flaw?
For me, this is crazy
Holy
because
squack.
one of these wings, and if you scroll down, you can see...
Look at that thing.
I know. One of these wings on the wind turbine, or the arms, whatever they call it.
Is it a spoke?
It's 722 feet across.
722 feet across.
For one of these arms.
What are they made out of?
I'm not sure. It says
It's large. The diameter is according to New York Times, the turning diameter of Haliade's X rotor is longer than 2 American football fields.
Yeah, that's crazy.
12,000 homes, 13 megawatts of power.
So this is what the future of wind turbine looks like.
Holy squack.
But if one of
How do we get this?
I don't know. I think they purchased it. One company has already ordered 90 of them. I think a company in New Jersey has ordered 90 of them.
This is unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Candace. Candace is Wind Slicers. I like that name for the blades much better.
Wind Slicers.
Michael, hi. Mikey's coming back home to this monstrosity.
I would love to come back home to this. This is amazing.
Gaidon says, if you ever watched a wind turbine breakdown, it usually starts with one of the blades messing up, so they're no longer there, the more impactful a small flaw. Yeah, that is, of course, what I think a downside to this thing would be, is what happens if there's like one thing you need to repair. Do you have to take down the whole blade? It just seems like it's going to be incredibly expensive.
I mean, yeah, but if you just put two of these things up, the redundancy you get is just buck wild.
Yeah.
Because like that's 2,400 homes right there. So you have one shut down, you fix it up, whatever. The backup online, bam, energy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely interesting, but it is on points for our talks about wind turbines in the past.
This thing is cool.
Yeah, this is the Godzilla of wind turbines.
That's the only thing you really got to worry about.
Yeah.
Godzilla attacking this thing.
I can hear Smudge ripping something up. Yeah, this thing is crazy.
Although, this thing the wind slicer might be so powerful, Godzilla comes near it, it's like, ka-shink! Godzilla no more.
True.
All right, next topic.
Okay, so yeah, that was our wind turbine news. Tiara says the blades need to be replaced often, so I don't get it. Just build nuclear power plant. Yeah, I don't know why nuclear isn't the first thing people would go to. I don't know if it's more...
I think people just have a bad taste. It's like we talked about on stream before.
Right.
I even was skeptical about nuclear until folks in chat provided me with the news I needed.
Right.
To...
Yeah. We've been enlightened.
You're about to hear some
it.
squeaks. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And this was another article that unfortunately didn't have any photos because they talk about having satellite images of surveying rivers across the United States from the 1980s until now.
This is
a lot
from
of them
Fizzorg.
have changed colors, which is incredibly troubling. So going from green to yellow, and yellow is like set off and runoff into the river, and green is because of like algae blooms, which are very, very dangerous and horrible because they will basically choke the oxygen out of a river. Nothing can live there.
Oh, is that like why a lot of Florida rivers are like so green?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Algae bloom is like a huge problem, and that is a lot of like fertilizer running into the rivers and whatnot. So this is another piece of depressing news that no one is going to be shocked about. They said only about 8% of the rivers surveyed were actually blue. Most of them had changed from to green and yellow. So once again, thank you humans for doing this to nature. Hi, Smudge. TR says nuclear is expensive and makes power cost more. That's the major downside. Oh, I mean, that I feel like that's going to be something that eventually will plateau, right? Once you get to a certain point.
Why not both? Do nuclear and wind. Use the wind primarily, and then if you stop receiving wind from Earth,
backup.
Swap over to nuclear.
Yeah, I'm sure someone out there has some sort of plan that involves that. There was another article about bite marking.
Yes, I don't have.
Duffman shared one more article. Yeah, it's because I set up my account with the New York Times, but the password is saved on my computer.
We don't know what it is.
And it was like a generically one of those that Google just gives you. So I don't have this, but this was really interesting. There was an article about this. So when you have shark attacks in the ocean, and this has gone back to the 1800s, when sharks attack people, what does everyone else do in the town? They go and they kill as many sharks as possible.
Right.
And so many sharks have to die because of the one problem shark.
Right.
And so this one scientist is saying that, oh, well, let's go ahead and get a bite imprint so we can just see which shark it is and then just go after that shark. So basically like a dental history.
They're going to make dental records for sharks.
That's what one person is supposing we do.
Because people are too stupid to realize that animals will attack them if they get in their territory.
Yes.
Got it. Glad we needed to do this.
But this
Thanks, humanity.
This person wanted to do this in order that we stop these massive shark culls. And instead of the much more easy solution of just staying away from waters in which sharks dwell.
We just destroy surf culture.
Have to.
Surf culture would die, and it'd be so sad.
There are other ways to get your surf culture in. I don't feel like it has to be right.
I agree.
It doesn't have to be right in the middle of the ocean. It could be somewhere else.
When an alligator eats a kid at Disney, no one goes and hunts the alligator. They're like, you're never going to find it.
They literally did.
Did they find it?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they killed it. And they will do that. They will absolutely go after wild animals. And
will they cull a herd of alligators?
They won't. I think it's easier with alligators because usually you're not going to have
in
a huge
single body
population of them in one location.
Interesting.
So
it's because sharks roam, we have to get all of them.
Yeah, it's because there's no way you'd know which one.
That's dumb.
It's just stupid. And
That's really dumb.
That was a really dumb idea too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The biteprinting? Yeah,
yes.
That's a dumb idea.
But how are you going to make that work? And so the lead scientist for this idea said he would just put like a pig leg in the ocean so he gets the bite mark. But then how are you going to track the bite mark? So they propose as a counterpoint, it would be much easier to just use drones and survey the ocean, and lifeguards can say, hey, there's a shark in the water, let's come on out. That would be the easiest solution. Just take people out of the water. Yeah. Shark passes, everyone goes home, everyone's happy.
I agree. I think drones are pretty much universally the solution to everything.
Right.
Yeah. We just need to switch to drones.
Yeah,
exclusively.
So bite printing, interesting. Don't think it's going to work. Realistically.
Izzy says, don't sharks lose teeth all the time? Correct.
Yeah, thank you, Izzy. That's a great point. The bite print wouldn't be the same, right? Because it would change over time.
I like Tiara's solution.
Tiara says they should just let the bitten person kill as many sharks as they can in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a battle royale with that bitten person.
Give him a spear.
Shark.
Captain Ahab. Give him like a spear and a little dinghy. Say, go Captain Ahab. See what you can get.
Because this is a really, really, really upsetting topic for me because of the amount of sharks in marine life that we slaughter each year. I mean, we slaughter hundreds of thousands of sharks a year. And shark attacks, maybe they said
less than 20, right?
There was like 64 shark attacks that happened last year, and of them, like 6 were fatal.
Yeah, there's less than 20 deaths.
How is that? And another thing too. So you have one shark that bites a person, right? Which you're in their territory, they're hunting. You're swimming during their feeding time in their territory, and they bite you, and they let go. And you come back to shore, they measure the bite, they say, we have to get this shark. It's a problem shark. We have to kill this shark. Why?
Meanwhile, in this glorious country, if someone comes into your house, you have the right to pretty much do whatever you want to them.
No, you don't.
So long as they die.
If they die, then their family will sue you.
They can try.
No, this happens all the time.
In Florida and Texas.
There's so many cases like this. There is this case where this house was constantly being broken into, and the owners were so furious.
You can't booby trap your house.
They booby trapped the house, and they ended up having to pay out the lawsuit.
Because you're not allowed to booby trap. But if someone comes to your house and you defend yourself, if it's self-defense with a machete.
No, let's not even get into this, because this is bringing up too many way off-topic things.
Just saying.
This is way
the sharks should, if stand your ground stands in these states, then the sharks should be able to stand their ground as well.
No, it's just, this is just a ridiculous mindset that we have to go and kill something because it bit you while you were out in its territory.
That's what I'm saying.
That shouldn't be how it works.
I agree.
We need to reevaluate our relationship with coexisting with the other species on this planet. This is just incredibly annoying to me. I know this person probably said this whole bite marking thing because they want to stop the cull
they want to help
the animals, right, that weren't involved. But at the end of the day, it's really not their fault. Yeah. I don't know why we're imposing some sort of, human
documentation law.
Well, why are we imposing our standards for how to act on animals that don't know any better? This is just incredibly upsetting to me. It's so annoying. So yeah, that was the bite printing thing. Interesting thought. Not going to work, not getting to the problem, not holding people responsible. At the end of the day, humans are responsible for this mess, not the sharks.
Human responsibility seems to be a recurring problem that we don't know how to diagnose.
Yeah, so all these articles have to deal with weird human ideas that really aren't. Well, I guess the river thing isn't really an idea. That's just proof.
That's a result.
Right. that we can't stop interfering. Thank you, science correspondent Duffin, for those articles.
Speaking of weird human ideas, you have now started to investigate some weird humans on your detective stream.
I finally started my detective stream, which I called Let's Solve, because it's like a real time thing of me looking into a cold case and pulling up the articles for it and reading about it. And so the first episode was last Tuesday, and it was really fun for me. This was a case that I had looked into in the past, and I was very, very well, I was already well researched in it, but I did come to new conclusions when talking to the chat and looking over things and reconsidering. So yeah, it was fun. I'm definitely going to keep doing that. I have a case already for next Tuesday that I want to look at.
What is it?
It is, I forget her name, but her last name is Reese, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, another missing housewife.
Is this going to be, are you going to present again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I'm going to organize it a little bit different. I'm going to have my facts more, I'm going to change it up a little bit now that I kind of know what works and what doesn't work. But yeah, so I'm excited to do that again.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun because I just do that sort of stuff in my spare time. I might as well
stream it.
Make it a
share
public
it with
event.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so next Tuesday, I think that's going to be a thing. Tuesday at 3 p.m. EST or 2 p.m. my detective stream. Yeah.
Speaking of doing your own thing, you're doing your own thing on Fiverr.
Yes.
.com.
I'm doing my, thank you, Tiara. Yeah, Tiara was there eating chips while listening to me talk about terrible things in the background. But yes, so when I got laid off in October, I did not want to go back to what I was doing, which was just it was an administrative job. I was fantastic at it. I mean, my people skills were great. My boss still has told me it's been very difficult without me there. But it was such a high stress environment, and it wasn't really good for me because I'm an incredibly creative person and I get bored really easily, and it was just incredibly monotonous work. I didn't really enjoy it. I've been doing it for several years. So I thought, okay, I want to do what I enjoy doing, which is trying to help people. And so I made a Fiverr account, and if you guys don't know what Fiverr is, it's sort of like just a gig place where you can put little projects together and offer them as a service, and it's just like freelance work. So that is what I did, and I had 3 of my good friends help me out. So I have 3 5-star reviews. There we go. There it is. Yeah, look at my 3 reviews. And so these are my little things, my little topics so far. Improving social interactions, helping practice for a date, because a lot of people don't know how to do that well. Like one of my friends, I love her to death, but not good with dates. So for people like that who need the help, I would provide that service. Lifestyle management and physical appearance. Those are the only ones I have so far, but I'm excited. So yeah, I have 3 people. I was excited about that. Check out my reviews.
I'm checking them. You want to click on them?
No.
Okay.
You can just scroll down. Is it on the page?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Wow.
So yeah, that is what I am starting. So hey, if you have any interest in any of these topics, I can help you out. We can have a session. And this is something that I really seriously enjoy doing as well. And if you are going to go ahead and throw your money at people online, you might as well get something out of it to benefit you, right? Duffin said this is a good idea. Thank you, Duffin. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's just something fun for me. Pro tip, Rez says, pro tip, if you got gas, cancel the date. Yeah, that might be a good thing depending on who your date is and how well you know them.
Or you could take some activated charcoal, which can help reduce gas.
Or I would probably suggest you not go to a restaurant that is going to interfere with your body's ability to process foods and whatnot.
Yeah, don't eat Chipotle.
Yeah.
The morning before your date.
But more so, it's really not about that, because I feel before. I have been in client service, customer service for years, like over a decade of just one-on-one. So the skills I've picked up working in that office environment, in that professional office environment, interacting with customers and clients and networking with other coworkers and whatnot, you pick up a lot of skills, and this is something that just takes a lot of practice. You've had to do this with your job too. You become more...
Absolutely.
Right. The more you practice something. But a lot of people, unfortunately, are not aware of when they create social hiccups, or they just don't... Why can't I hold someone's interest? Why can't I respond to someone? Or why can't I get people to respond to me?
Why can't I do a good job interview?
Right. I'm shy, I'm nervous. And these are things that you can definitely overcome. You just have to practice it. So this is hopefully going to just help someone out there. So if you are watching this right now and you need my services, you can be my fourth customer. Duncan said something about, I forget. Oh, the updated images. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Duncan. Yeah. Duncan's one of my special friends now that I pledged loyalty to forever because he's helped me out. Aww. I have 3 special people.
3. Count them. 3.
Guidon says Duncan. Duncan. Dating is easy. Just constantly talk about yourself and completely ignore the other person. Guess what, Guidon? Some people do that and they think it works, and they just need someone to tell them, that that's just not the way it works. Tara says you can make a TikTok of short videos of tips and advice to advertise your services. Those sort of TikToks are popular. Oh, yeah, that's what I think we were saying I would do, like some short videos or posts for little things like that. So, yeah, probably not on TikTok, but maybe like Instagram. I don't have a TikTok.
TikTok's not allowed in this household or in this wireless network.
No.
Just not allowed.
Duncan says, I also
security
have special
reasons.
aid and knowledge. Yes, you do. Probably no one else will get that except me and you watching this. So, yeah, you do. Rez says, my thing is I'm fairly decent with professional people interactions, but I've found that I don't like people and find them draining with prolonged exposure. Well, then you know what? I think that's something that you probably need to address and get to the bottom of that, because I can't say that anyone is going to like being around you if you're exerting that kind of energy. People can definitely pick up on things.
Yeah.
People can definitely pick up on things. And
I send that energy when I'm done. I'm like, I don't care about this conversation anymore. Right. Just like, nah, I'm going to send this energy now.
And I'm always trying to help people and help them be better. And me, myself, I'm always looking for ways to improve as well. And I will take feedback and whatnot. So, yeah, this is just going to be a fun thing for me to do. Yeah, that's Fiverr. Yep.
And that's it for relevant cultural news and events this week. So now
we can talk about movies.
You're going to start with the big one.
The big one.
The big one.
This movie came out last year, but obviously not a lot of people got to see it because it was released in theaters, but I think it's come to streaming now.
It's streaming everywhere for, $5. You can rent it on Amazon, Apple, you name it.
But we finally saw Christopher Nolan's Tenet, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
As did I.
I thought it was great, and I know a lot of people didn't like it. Gaidon, you said it was like, someone, I don't know if it was you, Gaidon, but someone said it was like a dumbed down version of Primer. And I wouldn't have ever put Primer and this in the same category because I really did not like Primer, and I thought this was a very well thought out time-traveling action movie, and I am very simple.
Gaidon wants to clarify that was not him. Yeah, okay, Gaidon's been very positive on this movie.
Maybe it was Emerald.
Someone said it was dumbed down Primer, but it wasn't Gaidon. Because Gaidon's been thumbs up only.
I didn't think so. That's why I corrected myself. Duffin says, tell us about that sound mixing. I didn't hear any problems with the sound mixing.
No, but we watched it in a normal living room with a normal TV and normal speakers.
Yeah.
We didn't have to go to a big fanciful theater with Dolby Atmos.
Oh, it was Tiara. Tiara said it was a toned down Primer. I knew one of you said it.
I told one of my friends last night because he hadn't seen it yet, and I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like James Bond meets Primer. And he's like, well, I don't need to see that movie anymore.
Why is that?
Because like I like both of those things, but not together.
No, I thought it was great. The action was great. The acting was great. The story was good.
There's a lot of
Tiara
comments
says
already
she
being
thought
posted
you
about.
hated Nolan.
Yes, I do.
I don't hate
This
Nolan.
is going to lead into our next topic, actually.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to put
we're getting to
both
a topic.
Tiara and Bishop's comment on pause.
Bishop says
I will return to
someone said
this.
Christopher Nolan was overrated. Hack. I wonder who that was. Okay.
I stand by both of those statements.
Yeah, trust me. We're going to have a discussion in like 5 minutes.
We'll get there. For now, we're going to talk about the movie.
There. We're going to continue talking about Tenet. So I'm incredibly just simple. Not simple as in simple Jack. Simple as in I don't have a lot of expectations for my action movies if they're good. If they have a good story, if the acting is good, then I like all of that. So I thought it was fine.
As did I.
Yeah.
I thought it was really enjoyable.
So I will say, obviously, a little bit confusing. That light is like really bright.
I'll take care of it.
I will say it was a little bit confusing because it was a time travel movie and I didn't really understand the concept of how it worked. But even though I didn't know how it worked, it didn't interfere with my ability to keep up with a movie. It was a little confusing, but I didn't mind that.
I had your back, though.
Yeah. Sometimes I just say, I don't know what's going on. How does this thing work?
And I'd be like, they're going in reverse now.
Here? Yeah. So I feel like it did not impede me from enjoying the movie, which is pretty rare for me.
Yeah.
Like if I don't like something or I think it's dumb, I'll check out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it held my interest the entire time. Yeah. I think he did a really, really good job of executing a very difficult concept. Mm-hmm. Like, there might be plot holes, there might be things that don't line up. I didn't see any.
Right.
I thought it was very logical, and I enjoyed the universe. I actually said afterwards, I would really like them to revisit this. I know Christopher Nolan doesn't do sequels, but I think this is the one time I think it would benefit him to. Because it feels like an interesting little peek into something that is a much more interesting
I don't think
world.
There's no way he will.
There's no way he will. But I love what gets set up.
But you would watch another
I would totally
Tenet
watch another Tenet. Yeah, because I like that world a lot.
Right.
And I was very impressed. Not only did he direct it, he also wrote it.
Yeah.
And Christopher Nolan is like not a great writer.
We were surprised that Christopher Nolan wrote
That's the most shocking thing because it's really competent as far as the writing goes.
The action was really good though. Duncan says I would like a sequel. I wouldn't mind a sequel either, specifically because of the fate of one character of which we were sad about. And I figured out things about the movie too that other people didn't
you picked them. See, I was paying attention with the forward backwards.
Early on,
but you figured out things. I was like, I didn't even think about that.
I figured out other things.
Yeah.
So that was my moment to shine. Duffin says, was the $1 million plane crash worth it? I knew that plane crash was real when I saw it happen.
That was the most Christopher Nolan thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was the one with the Joker? The Dark Knight Returns?
Yes.
So in Dark Knight Returns, there is a scene where the Joker blows up a hospital. And he actually blows up a building. Yes. It wasn't CGI. It was all practical effects. And he uses a lot of practical effects.
I love that.
I love that, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we can...
There's a couple of fight scenes in this movie that are so...
really good.
They're like John Wick level good.
And also John Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son.
Phenomenal.
It's so amazing because he sounds just like his father.
Because at the beginning, I'm like, I didn't know he was Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah.
But I knew his name was John Washington.
Right.
I heard his voice, and I'm like, is that Denzel's son?
Yeah.
Because it sounds just like him.
So good. Robert Pattinson was good.
Phenomenal.
The tall model that they had was
good. The 7-foot lady.
The other guy, Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. He was great. He's an English actor.
No, he's not.
Well, I've only ever seen him with an English accent.
I thought he was, but then I asked someone, can someone verify Kenneth Branagh?
He's like Macbeth and Hamlet.
He's like Polish or something. Gaudon says the opening to Dark Knight Rises is a plane crash.
Yeah, there's a lot of Christopher Nolan likes his plane crashes.
He likes his plane crashes. Yeah. Duffin says Elizabeth Debicki is the 100-foot lady. Oh,
it's unbelievable how tall she is.
She was really tall. I loved her though. I thought she did good. Gaudon said he's Northern Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Someone told me he was Belgian. I'm pretty sure.
He's been doing like Shakespeare
but I thought he was
movies
Belgian or something. Yeah.
Forever, so I've just assumed he was from the UK.
Rez says, I'll watch anything Denzel. Fallen is my favorite film if his son is half the actor I'm in.
His son's
was
phenomenal.
So good. Not only just...
It's like a clone of his father.
Right.
Yeah.
not only great action scenes and whatnot, but his timing, his delivery.
He has,
everything about
like,
him.
he kind of pulls off the James Bond flair a little
Right.
bit. Like, it's an
Right.
American James Bond.
Right.
It's
very sharp.
He's funny when he
wits
needs to be.
and
He's serious when he needs
Yeah.
to be. Like, very well
quick.
executed.
Yeah, I really loved him.
So we like the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we liked Tenet. Now we're going to talk about something.
Yes.
Because this was a discussion that was going on in the Discord, and you can probably, I can name every single one of you except for Duncan and Rogbull, Pyle, Gaidon, who else was there? Oh, Raz. Everyone, you, me, we all kind of had something to say because someone in the chat, I think it was Germ, said in the Discord that he doesn't appreciate movies today because for whatever reason he can't remember any movies within the 4 or 5 years that he's enjoyed. And so that topic turned into...
And I would challenge them to watch One Cut of the Dead.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good movies that we could recommend, but the basic bottom line was, I don't like these movies because there is an agenda, because there is some sort of political motivation, because the movies are woke, because I don't like things being force-fed to me and whatnot. And so a lot of us had things to say about this, and this is something that goes back years and years ago with the whole, you can criticize something while still liking it. Who said that, ladies and gentlemen? Someone that probably a lot of us don't really like. Okay? But now we're hearing the same sort of thing from the people that were criticizing said individual. And they're doing it now too. They're overanalyzing things. They're looking for things to be upset about. Or they're picking and pulling things that are going to make them discredit something as an overall piece of work. And this is a problem that I see a lot on social media. I don't have a Twitter account anymore. He doesn't have a Twitter account anymore. Because there's just this constant negativity and the riling up and the over analyzing things for the sake of finding things that are going to upset you, which is a mirror image of what was happening with people that we don't like, which is incredible to me. So I have always said, just try and focus on the things that you like, find things that you like. If you don't like it, just roll your eyes and walk away. Not everything has to be a hill for you to have a battle on. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. You can say something.
Have been incredibly critical of Christopher Nolan many times on this stream. I don't think he's that cool of a guy, but I think he's a very talented individual. Like I've said multiple times, I could never make a movie to even 1/100th of the ability that he can. I will just openly say that. I can dislike him and still like his movies.
Right.
There is no reason why you can't be critical of someone, their behavior, their attitude, or anything like that, but still write them off as a creator. And I would say the same thing goes for the reverse. Mm-hmm. You can really like a person, and then they can create something bad, and you're allowed to be critical of it. I think way too often, people fall into camps where I don't like person X, therefore I don't like any of the spectrum around person X,
Right.
and this thing is automatically bad if it correlates or crosses person X at all. And I don't think that's a healthy behavior, because one, you're limiting yourself to things you might actually enjoy, but two, it's like there's no reason for it.
Right.
People are allowed to change. People are allowed to make mistakes. They're allowed to get better. They're allowed to get worse. The important thing is that you're constantly being mindful and you're engaging with content and you're thinking about things as opposed to just sticking up your hand and saying, I'm not going to engage with that.
Right.
I'm not going to engage with that. Because when you do that, you're basically letting them get away with whatever behavior is good or bad, and you're not acknowledging it. Like it's far more important to allow things in, think about them, be critical, and examine whether or not things have gotten better or worse.
Rez says, I urge everyone to look at cinema coming out of Korea. Some brilliant stuff. I'm not even going to read the rest of it because I think we've just talked about that to death. Candace says, separating the art from the artist, everyone draws their line somewhere. Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, there's so many different facets. And Candace, you had the most beautifully worded way to describe how I feel about being critical about something. Her comment was so great. It was basically along the lines of, you use your the reason you're critical is to realize what things are actually really stand out to you
Yeah.
and are really good. It's for your benefit of being able to discern whether or not something is good to you. It's more so for the sake of making the experience yours instead of having to say, oh, well, now I have to put this under a microscope. What agenda did the director have? What agenda did the writer have?
Yeah.
It's not for that. Just relax. There's so many is Tenet the worst movie ever?
Is
ever
Cyberpunk
made?
2077 the worst
There's
game of
just
all
so
time?
much of that, and so many people make money off of it, and they're just hate mongering.
It's clickbait.
It is,
You're-
but so
you're
many people
paying
fall
them.
for it.
Yeah.
And it aggravates me. I'm so done
Can't
with it.
stand
I
it.
swear I don't want to hear agenda or intention. Just relax for a little bit. I think we watched Wonder Woman.
And
as a
I
group.
semi-enjoyed it, which upset people.
I did not think Wonder Woman was an objectively good movie. I'll just say that. I didn't think it was objectively a good movie for so many different reasons. Did I have fun? I had so much fun watching it. That was fantastic. I laughed so much. We watched as a group, and you have to be able to not let your life be ruled by critical negativity all the time. Just give it a break every now and then. Just turn off that part of your brain. Just learn how to just watch something and just enjoy it for the sake of it.
I know people would like to latch on to personalities that
Mm-hmm.
align to how they think and feel, but I think that's also a very dangerous thing.
Right.
Because once
It is.
you put yourself in that box, it's very hard to understand or think outside of it.
Right.
I just can't say it enough. I always encourage free thought and thinking for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch something, despite what the critics may say, despite what the personalities might think,
Right.
if you enjoy it, that is absolutely okay.
Yeah.
You're allowed to enjoy something for what it is and enjoy it on its own merits.
Right,
Even if
exactly.
someone says it's terrible, even if they say Wonder Woman is the worst movie of all time, but you had a good time watching it, you're totally
Yeah,
allowed to,
yeah,
and you're
it's
not
just-
wrong for it.
Right. So I just think everyone can collectively chill out a little bit. And I'm really, really glad that the Discord server, the majority, like 99%, are just able to just hang out together and not overanalyze and not get super political and just upset. That means a lot to me. So for those of you, we watch classic movies every Sunday, we play games together. That's really, really nice. That's such a good, sweet sort of demeanor to have, and you should be proud of yourself. This is me just saying to you, thank you for being those kind of people who are nice to be around, because it really is like pleasant. And it's rare too. It's very rare. So I'm very proud of our little people.
Well,
because I think that we really don't have that problem there.
No, we don't.
And when the discussion came up, everyone kind of jumped in and it was like, they were just decent about it. So I really, really appreciate that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of reiterate what I said in the Discord. Because I have a minor in film. I've
Right.
seen, I think I looked at my letterbox, I've seen over like 1,500 movies in my life. And I enjoy some pretentious, elitist, snobbery stuff. But I have found just in, the last 10 years, a change in the way that I critique and perceive film and games
Right.
and music and comics and everything. When you step back, even if you're trained, even if you're highly trained with a critical eye and a critical lens, if you just say, I'm going to take this thing and just enjoy it for what it is, instead of nitpicking, you'd be a much happier person.
Yeah.
It's way less
Yes.
stressful. Because
You
I
really
used
do.
to be that way. You know this. I used to be
Yeah.
hypercritical.
It
I'd be
ticked
like,
me off.
oh, this movie,
We were
the
in the
cinematography. Ugh.
We were in the car one day. This was years and years ago, like 2007.
Yeah. This
Okay,
is a long
I still
time
remember,
ago. Yeah.
We were driving in the car, and I had a mixed CD of just different songs that I liked. And he's like, "Oh, mixed CDs are the worst.
I did say
you
this.
should listen to the full album." I thought,
I did say
I'm
this.
so ready to be done with this guy. It actually was over.
It was over. It has ended. Fortunately, I'm able to move backwards in time, and I was able to correct the situation.
But stuff like that. But you grow up and you move on. And I'm always embracing people being able to grow up and move on.
Yes.
And I would like to help you with that.
I mean, now, I think I'm the least critical person, just period.
Right. You're incredibly open-minded.
I'll allow anything.
Right.
I'll give it a shot.
And I'm so picky. I'm probably the pickiest person here just because it's just very, very rare to find things that I really, really love and enjoy. And I'm the only one that's capable of doing it.
Dr. Bedlam asks, what's a good example of a snobbery film? I'm going to let you pick one that I forced you to watch. I know what it's going to be already.
You didn't force me to watch it.
We watched it together.
I'm pretty sure it was rented from the library somehow.
Yes.
Okay, this is the worst film I've ever seen. It's called Workmeister Harmonies.
It's 3 hours long.
It's 3 hours long.
It's about a dead whale.
It's like 12 shots total, so there's only 12
It's
shots
3
in
shots
the movie.
total.
Black and white. And this man is literally eating a can of beans for like 50 minutes.
It's a great movie.
I hated this film. Okay.
It's phenomenal.
I can't stand that. Was it a good movie? I
Yes.
don't think so.
Tremendous.
But so what? So he likes the movie. I don't like the movie. That's it. That's all there is.
That's all there is to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go see it. Maybe the movie will really, really resonate with someone. I'm not going to crush on someone's, oh my gosh, you like that movie. I don't really care enough about what matters to you. And that doesn't really affect me. I'm really glad if someone finds something that they love and they latch onto and they appreciate. What I don't like is when someone hasn't seen something and has to go out of their way, or they have seen it and all they can do is just
crap on it.
Just nonstop, just
on.
drag it through the mud.
Yeah.
We get it. You don't like it. Guess what? I don't like a lot of things too. I say, I don't really like it. I don't really devote that much time to it.
Well, the thing is, too, when you drag something through the mud and you make it a big public spectacle,
Right.
what you end up doing is engaging the fanatics on the other side to
Yeah.
dig in their heels and defend it harder.
Right, or
the
just-
best thing you can do if you don't like something
Yeah.
is don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
That
you
lets
can,
it
no,
die.
you can talk about something.
You can say, yeah, I don't like that, and then move
Because
on.
I don't want people. Someone's going to say, "Oh, you should be allowed to talk about something."
Yeah, you're
you don't
absolutely
like.
allowed
I
to.
absolutely agree.
Yeah.
We can talk about things that we don't like. I can talk about things I don't like.
We saw It Comes at Night, which people said was a really great movie.
Right.
I didn't like
really
it.
enjoy it that much, but
But I'm not going to drag it.
right.
I just didn't care for it.
It's really not the end of the world, and so I wish people would just be able to get a hold of that and just realize, hey, there are other things that I could spend my time on. So that is a very, very long tangent Tenet that started in the Discord because we were talking about people being, just unable to watch movies and things because they can't enjoy it because they can't get past whatever agenda and whatnot.
I still think Christopher Nolan was a dingus for ever releasing this movie in theaters and forcing
Yeah.
people to go see it. It's still a good movie.
Godon says, why do I keep seeing messages get retracted? I don't know. So there's multiple people who are mods in the chat right now, and I don't know if it is something that mods are doing or if people are erasing messages themselves, but that's usually what it means. But if there's some issue with over moderation, please let me know because
We can address it.
we can address it.
William Hacking says that Flex didn't agree
Oh
with me
my
on
gosh.
Possession, and now we aren't allowed to be friends.
Possession was, I did not enjoy Possession.
I did not either.
But I would not say it was a bad movie. That's like the thing. I would say I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't a bad movie. I just didn't like it because I think it was a little too...
I think it wanted to be something that it wasn't.
Right.
Yes.
I think it was trying to be too crazy and it didn't really
But it
work
didn't
out.
execute.
Yeah. Okay, Tiara said, Candace says I removed mine because you all were past the topic. Oh, okay. And Tiara said people are racing mostly, but someone made an off-color joke earlier. Okay, well, thank you for moderating mods.
You Got Served said what was the movie you recommended one time from the 70s or 80s about the high school college kids?
Oh! That doesn't... The high school college kids.
70s, 80s high school college kids, I think Ferris Bueller, I think Breakfast Club.
But was it specifically something that I recommended? Because the only one I recommended that fits that description was during the 60s, and they were high school students.
What was it?
That was American Graffiti.
Oh, American
But
Graffiti.
That might not be what he's talking about.
That might be it.
I'm not sure.
American Graffiti
Possibly.
is tremendous.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah, that was really, really good movie. Candace says, thank you for the yawn, Luna. Yeah, they're being good. I think they're actually waiting to eat,
They're
right?
H-U-N-G-R-Y
Well,
to
what's
the
next
nth
on the
degree.
list? I'll talk about it. Okay, so yeah, that was a long off-topic criticism thing just because we just had to talk about it. Next on the list, we watched Chinatown on Sunday talking about good movies, that obviously
have baggage.
there is an agenda in this movie.
Well, it's also created by a bad person.
Right, exactly. Exactly. This, yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about enjoying something that has a lot of, messed up people in it? Chinatown, starring Jack Nicholson. We watched it as a group on Sunday, and that's a fantastic movie. It's very, very intense, though. It's like a rough movie if you haven't seen it before.
It's disturbing.
It's very disturbing. Right.
But it's in the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
It's preserved
right.
for being historically accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, historically significant or something,
Yeah.
because the movie is about, it is about this private eye during the 1950s?
Maybe
Yeah.
40s.
Maybe 40s. Yeah, I'm not sure. Either 1940s or even earlier. No, probably like maybe 30s. I don't know. I have to look it up. But Jack Nicholson plays a private eye who gets roped into this investigation of a man's murder, which turns into greater conspiracy that's going on. So that's a really, really good movie, though. If you say that, oh, I don't see any good movies I enjoy, then just go watch a movie that's came out. There's so many.
That's like a
amazing
10 out of 10
movies.
for me.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie multiple times, and just every time I'm
Right.
just so impressed by it.
We've also talked about, TR says, I thought Chinatown was really slow but visually interesting. Then it got exciting towards the end, and that just really messed up. Yeah, that's like a perfect description of it.
Yes.
Of the pacing of it. But yeah, Chinatown's just one of those films that is a classic that probably a lot of people haven't seen. But if you are despondent about recent films not being good, just look at
Go
it.
backwards
Just
in
go
time.
backwards.
There's so many
there's
good
a
movies.
lot of good ones that we've watched. What was the one the week before that I really liked? Oh, The Killers.
The Killing.
There's just the Killing. There's
Yeah.
so many good movies out there. Yeah.
There really is.
So, which was Rango, and Rango
Which is
came out-
Chinatown.
Which is Chinatown. It's Chinatown meets
Meets spaghetti
of the
western.
Caribbean.
Meets Pirates of the Caribbean
Meets
with a spaghetti western
Western
background.
theme. Yes.
And they're all
Rango-
animals.
Rango was an animated film in 2009.
But I feel like calling it an animated film doesn't give it justice.
It doesn't give it justice. It was one of the most
It's a hyper realistic
Yes.
animated movie.
Yes. One of the most beautifully animated films I've ever seen. It doesn't have that stupid. The modern day Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, they
Yes.
all have the same exact annoying, boring character
It's like that
models.
bubbly face.
Right. It's just so boring because you see it. Everyone in Frozen has the same eyes, same nose, same mouth, same expression. The animals have the same eyes.
I think Tangled came out, and then they were like, "That's
And
it.
they all
Lock
did
it down.
They
We're
all-
only going to use Tangled
Pixar,
faces."
They have the same, right. So there's you don't get any variation
Yeah.
with a lot of these 3D animated films today. So Rango was just, every single character was so distinct. And it's about this chameleon.
Chameleon.
It's about this chameleon who goes to this town and is sheriff, and there's something weird going on with the town that he's investigating. And it was so much fun.
Johnny Depp plays the chameleon.
The humor was
It's
not
hilarious.
for kids
No.
either. I wouldn't call this a kids movie at all. I'd say this is a movie that was made by Nickelodeon for children and parents to understand.
Yes.
For children
Children
to
would be
watch,
like, fine. But the parents would be like, this is a good movie.
and parents will understand it. Yeah, I really, really loved Rango. And the timing of us having watched Chinatown right before Rango was
perfect.
perfect.
Couldn't
Didn't
line
plan
that
on
up better.
Right. Rez says, I love stylized character designs. Holds up well over time with tech advancements. With that being said, yeah, a lot of cloned art assets these days. I know, they're so annoying, especially like the faces. The faces get me.
Yeah.
There's just no variation in them.
That's that Tangled face. And I loved Tangled.
Yeah.
But then
I
you get
love
the same
Tangled, but-
faces in Frozen.
Right.
I feel like you could take Tangled's face and put, Frozen hair
but
on
still,
her.
like Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
They all look the same. They all look the
The
same.
humans in
Soul.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Soul. We've started to watch Soul, the Pixar movie. They all look the same.
They do.
They have that very just. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how
it's-
they can get away from that.
it's
Wreck-It
weird.
Ralph. It is. It's. I think the bubble expression.
Yeah.
That's like a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But yeah, Rango is good. Loved that. Gaudon says Japan is really good with 3D animation.
I want to watch Lupin the Third. So
oh my
bad.
gosh, yes.
When can we
forgot.
watch that?
Yes.
Is it streaming anywhere?
It probably is.
Because
but I
we
don't
could
think
always
they-
like movie night it.
Yeah, we should. We should look that up.
gonna
TR
look
says
that
I
up
loved
right
Big
now.
Hero 6. I thought Big Hero 6 was so good. I was shocked at how unnecessarily depressing. I cried when that scene happened.
Yeah, that movie is
because I
not
thought,
happy.
This is so sad. Why are they doing this? Yeah, Big Hero 6 was great though. I thought that was. I wouldn't mind if they did like a sequel in that universe. Spider-Verse. Pyle mentioned
So good.
Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse. Talk about something I'd never seen before.
And then Klaus did the same kind of style.
Klaus did the same
But it's
kind of
so
style as
unique.
well.
It
Yeah.
works.
That whole 3D animated, looking like it's jumped right off a page,
Mm-hmm.
blending in, so gorgeous. But Spider-Verse was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Pierre says, "Oh, hi there. Hi, Pierre.
Hello.
Bonjour. Bonsoir." Mr. James Bloggington says, "You could say Rango is culturally significant in that it has scenes influenced by the new atheist movement of the late 2000s."
What?
Is that true?
What?
No way. Oh, was that the part where he was like walking across the highway that we thought was really dark to happen?
Like,
in a
this
kid's
is
movie?
depressing.
Incredibly depressing when he tries to commit suicide.
But I mean, he does run into a spirit of the West.
Yes.
So I mean, that doesn't
So
seem.
that doesn't really. They
that seems
actually,
a little faith-based.
That doesn't seem true, Mr. James Bloggington, because they actually pray. They hold hands and they pray and they give thanks to the spirit of the West. It wasn't God, but it was their God.
It was in the. I mean, the
was their
spirit of the
God.
West shows up.
Red says there's a subbed version of Lupin the Third from a few years ago. The dub version should be coming soon. Yeah, that movie looks absolutely fantastic.
You can only buy it right now, which
Okay.
stinks. I want to rent it.
We'll rent it one day. Rogwell says they apparently have a series in the Big Hero 6 universe, though I never saw it.
Yeah, Big Hero 6 is part of the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
Which is weird
right.
because there's been no crossover. But I guess it's
No,
because
there hasn't. They don't exist in the same universe because Big Hero 6 takes place in what? San
Francisco.
Francisco?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
a great name.
That is a good name.
It's a great name.
Emerald says, just got here. Yes, Spider-Verse was amazing. Hi, Emerald. And yeah, I love Spider-Verse. I was in love with Spider-Noir.
Nick Cage. Going to steal the Declaration
Oh
of
my
Independence.
gosh. I forgot to mention, I finally saw The Wicker Man.
I'm a black and white character, and I have powers.
But I love that sort of like sad, sad, dejected character that
So
only...
you just love Nicolas Cage. That's what you're saying.
No, I was talking about Noir's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, well, he is just Nicolas Cage to a T.
Well, The Wicker Man was so hilarious.
It's a funny movie.
movie's
I
so
saw that
funny.
movie in theaters. That was like one of the first. Maybe it was PG-13 when it came out, but I feel like it was one of the first R-rated movies I got to see.
Wow. I don't know why it was R-rated.
Maybe it was PG-13.
Yeah,
I definitely saw it in high school.
Well, Guidon streamed it for us because I hadn't seen it before, and it was so good. It definitely did not disappoint. Nicolas Cage is great. I don't know why people think he's a bad actor.
He's great.
He's fantastic.
He's one of those actors that like he doesn't have a very large range,
Right.
But he's enjoyable. He's like Arnold
Yes,
Schwarzenegger.
thank you. He was enjoyable. That was the thing. He's fun to watch. He had a really, really.
Did you ever see Drive Angry? It's a great movie. It's just Nicolas Cage driving angry. Literally the entire movie,
I
right
think
there.
He's fantastic.
He's great.
Tiara says we need to watch the original Wicker Man. Yes, I would totally
I want
be in
to.
for that. Except not this Sunday because we're watching Black Christmas on this Sunday.
Okay.
Which is Tiara's
It's the
recommendation.
OG slasher movie.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. William Hacking says bees and chat bros. You know what though? That scene wasn't in the thing. The bees scene wasn't in the movie.
That's so
It
bizarre.
was actually taken out.
See, I remember leaving the theater with my friend at the time, and we were like, "Not the bees!"
Yeah, it wasn't in this movie.
So bizarre.
It was so weird because we had the movie, but all the subtitles referenced the bees. Very weird. I really liked it though. It was hilarious.
It must have been edited for certain countries.
Oh, okay. James says the scene I'm thinking of has the townspeople standing in line, holding a bucket of water and slapping each other in a synchronized way. Is that atheist? I remember the scene he's talking
Yeah,
about.
they were.
like,
It's like a rain
Right.
dance kind of thing.
right. I don't think that's. I mean, even then, that is putting faith in a higher deity.
I don't
being
know.
able to hear you. Now we need to know about the New Age atheist movement.
I wanna
and,
learn
what's going
about
on with
this.
that. Duffman says they were embarrassed by it. Is that why they cut it out?
It's a great
I
scene.
I think the movie's great. I think it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tiara says he should have behaved. Oh yeah, very nice.
Oh, behave.
I can't stand him.
I know you can't.
That is one man that everyone thinks is funny, but because of that role, I can't.
Telling me Shrek ain't funny?
Shrek is not funny.
Wow, Wayne's
Michael
World?
Myers has the opposite effect on me. Yes.
Wayne's
I just
World.
find him. No, he just tries too hard. He's trying too hard to get me to laugh.
This makes me sad.
In that case, I don't like it. There has to be something natural about it. You can't force it on
Mike
me.
Myers versus Chevy Chase.
Mike Myers.
Wow.
Chevy Chase is way down at the bottom. If you want to talk about least
Wow,
favorite,
okay.
Chevy Chase is way down here.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. At least Mike Myers is above Chevy Chase.
Jeez.
I will say that. James says, honest question, are my hot takes in the chat getting tiresome? No, I haven't thought anything you said is like a hot take. No. Trust me, I would say it if it was, but I haven't, nothing has like stood out to me, so no worries.
No, we're just curious about this new atheist movement more than
Yeah,
anything.
I was curious as
We're gonna
I was,
need
like,
links in the
legit
Discord to read
curious
up
about
on.
it. Right. I wasn't trying to be sarcastic or anything. Rest is the part where Nick Cage is in a parachute and randomly punches some random woman. Yes, that was amazing.
That movie is such a it's a surreal experience in a lot of
Right.
ways. But
That was-
also
yeah.
it's just a Nicolas Cage movie.
Right.
If you've ever watched like his stuff from the 90s, like Snake Eyes, and there was one with a camera, I can't remember the name, it was like 8mm or something, and then Face Off. Nick Cage is just in the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's only gotten more so today, like
Declaration
Mandy.
of Independence.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
I saw someone that said
I'm gonna grab it.
they are no longer impressed with him doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Considering.
apparently it's not that difficult.
Pyle says Mike Myers is Cat in the Hat would have that effect on anybody. I never saw that movie, and I totally forget that exists.
Yeah, I think it's
Mike
a good
Myers
thing you've
is Cat in
forgotten.
the Hat, and Jim Carrey is the Grinch. Two movies I will not watch, not even
People
for fun.
love The Grinch.
No.
I've never seen it.
I heard that they put contacts in Jim Carrey's eyes that were so big to give him Grinch eyes that he almost went blind.
Holy cow.
The contacts were so they like
Yeah, like suffocated the eye.
Right.
Wow.
right, not worth it.
Not worth it.
If they can't even change Daniel Radcliffe's eyes to blue or to green in the Harry Potter movies, don't even touch the Grinch eyes. Just leave it be. Pierre says, "Watch Mandy." If you
I think
want
Mandy
some
might
pure
be too
Nicolas
violent
Cage.
for Kite Tails.
I mean, I've seen some really. I saw The Raid, which was violent.
Yeah, no, Mandy's just like gory.
I don't like gore. Yeah.
There's what are the Riders from Hell? Like it's the weirdest
Yeah.
movie. It's
Yeah,
very colorful.
gore
It's
is
a
one
beautiful
thing that
movie.
I really don't really like.
It uses gore as like stylized cinematography.
Oh yeah, I don't like.
You
that.
wouldn't like it. Like I know
I
Kite
don't
Tails,
like
and I
that.
know she won't like that.
That's a-
But you would
I
love
roll my
Nick
eyes
Cage
at.
in it
Yeah.
because he's great. But the movie itself
Yeah,
would
I
make
think
you
he's
upset.
fantastic. I don't find him annoying. Rogwell says Color Out of Space with Nick Cage was fun, not Wickerman fun, but I love Lovecraft stuff. I forgot that movie. I feel like you'd like that movie.
I haven't
Color Out
seen
of
it.
Space.
Yeah.
Because you love Lovecraft.
Well, I think Annihilation is the best color out of space movie I've ever
I
seen.
did not like Annihilation.
I don't want to hold anything to that bar. That's
I
a
couldn't
tough bar to
stand
beat.
Annihilation. I will rip into Annihilation any day.
Rip into it. I love that movie.
Still a good movie. I did not like it. Candace says the Jim Carrey Grinch is a Christmas staple in this house.
See, people love it.
We might have to give it. Okay, look,
They give
I've
it a
never-
holiday
I've
at
never
Universal
watched it.
Studios.
I've never watched it.
You could go see the Grinch.
I am always open to be proven wrong.
I played the PlayStation 1 game at a friend's
Of the
house for a
Grinch?
sleepover. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's all. That's my only exposure to it.
That's funny. TR says Annihilation was bad. Yeah, I just didn't like it. Everything about Annihilation rubbed me the wrong way. So I never got behind Annihilation. James says, speaking of Face Off and John Woo films in general. Oh, do you guys want to see something crazy? Let me finish reading his comment really quickly.
Yeah.
What do you think of the John Wick films as an ode to John Woo, Michael Mann flicks of the 90s?
I've only seen one John Woo
I haven't
movie.
seen any, so I can't say anything.
I think it's called the Killer or the Hitman, the Assassin. I can't remember what it was, but I really liked it. And comparing John Wick to that, I never realized it was sort of inspired by those things. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And I love the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels just right to me.
You love them.
I do love them.
Yeah, see, John Wick is something that is just so over the top violent.
Duffman says, Flex, you've never seen Mission Impossible 2. I forgot that was a John Woo movie. Mission Impossible 2 is my least favorite Mission Impossible. I don't think I could watch that movie again. Tom Cruise has like perfectly straight, long
Yeah.
hair. There's like a 15-minute just like back and forth punch fight.
Oh, and nothing happens to
It's
his
just like
hair.
back and forth. They're just punching for 15
Yeah.
minutes. It's ridiculous.
I love those movies, though. Again, I'm quite simple when it comes to my action films. If it hits the right things for me, handsome lead, location, pretty ladies, love interest, I'll probably end up enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very simple when it comes, and good action. I'm very, very simple when it comes to my action films. So, do you want to see something crazy?
Yeah, show me something crazy.
Well, I want to show them how crazy they are.
I know you do. I'm playing
All
along.
right, ask them.
All right. Hey, dogs. Hey,
I don't-
dogs.
I don't think they'll do it if they're on camera.
Come here.
Because it's now their time to do this certain thing.
Hey, Luna. Are you hungry? Hey, who's hungry?
Oh, she did. Usually
Luna,
do like a little
come here.
spin, and it's like this whole theatrical thing.
Hey, if you're hungry, show us. Show us your hunger. Luna, come show us your hunger. Luna, come here. Sit.
She's behaving because she's on
Sit.
camera.
Give me a kiss.
You would think in the morning these two dogs have never eaten in their entire life. So they wake me up at like 7, and she'll wake me up by just putting her nose right in my face and breathing. And so I get up, I feed them, I go back to bed, they jump into bed, and then we all wait to wake up so I can take them for a walk. But yeah, those dogs are just, they are very, very food motivated, which is great. We don't feed them any food from the table or anything like that. So
They've eaten the same food their entire life.
right, so they keep their obsession with their own food, and it's great.
Yes.
We don't have to get them to, we
They've
don't have
only
to
ever
bribe
eaten salmon and
them.
sweet potatoes.
Yes, we don't have to bribe them to do anything. That's like their food. So John Hunter says, can they do backflips? No, but one of them can spin. We'll show that.
Make smudge spin.
Yeah, we'll make smudge spin. Okay, now what?
All right, Servant.
Servant. Yeah, so we
We
talked
talked
about
about it.
Servant last week. We talked about almost finishing it. We finished it, and I had said last week that I saw the most troubling thing I'd ever seen, and that was immediately proven
One-upped.
wrong by then seeing something even more insanely troubling, which is now the most troubling thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that show likes to one-up itself on troubling
I have
things.
a hierarchy of things I've seen that really, really just
Make your skin crawl?
make my skin crawl. I'm going to list them, not in any particular order. The car scene from Hereditary. Bingo. The scene in Hereditary where she's in the corner. Hate that scene.
Bingo.
Deborah
Logan.
Snake.
Jaw.
That's all we need to say. And now, Servant. I'm not even going to reference it because it is a huge spoiler.
Yes.
I mean, it is a huge spoiler, but Servant.
Servant.
Is now on there. That was such a good show. It's season 2 is coming out next week. I think we should watch it as a group on the server.
How can we?
What do you mean? How can we? We stream it.
But hey, they haven't seen it.
Most of them have.
Oh, they have
Yeah.
seen it.
Emerald is halfway through. Tiara has seen it. Oh, is the stream dead? It looks like it's live for us. No, it's definitely not dead because I'm seeing things that we've been saying. Tiara says, have you seen the film Swallow? Those are some of the worst scenes, and it's all implied. Oh my gosh. Implied scenes are the worst for me. That's what's so bad. Implied scenes are the worst for me.
Yeah.
That is absolutely what you call it. No, I have not heard of Swallow. That does not seem like it's going to be not a good movie. It's probably going to be incredibly troubling.
Swallow with what's her face? The Hunger Games girl? What's her name?
Oh,
Speaking of disturbing,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Speaking of disturbing, Mother had some disturbing scenes in it as well.
Mother was very disturbing. Yeah, Mother made me nauseous.
It made me physically. I'm like, ooh,
Mother
this is.
made me nauseous. Mother,
this is a
Mother was
Youchie.
bad. Yeah, I didn't like that. RC says no idea what the show is. It's on Apple Plus, and it is so good. The episodes are short; they're only about like 30 minutes long, so it's not going to be a huge time commitment. Season 2 looks insane. We watched the trailer for it, and we're just I can't wait to see what it is. It looks absolutely crazy. Pierre says, hence why horror must not show everything implied is so much more effective.
Yes.
I agree 100% with that. 100%, because implied, and most of the scenes that have really stuck with me have been implied because they are so horrific to think about. Just
It's like that scene from Seven.
the what's in the box.
The final scene from
Right.
Seven.
Right.
Rez says there's a scene in a Mads Mikkelsen Viking movie where you can hear them disembowel someone. Actually turned my stomach. Was that Valhalla Rising? Which was, I think, a Nicholas Winding Refn movie, guy who did Drive. I saw that movie. That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's like a really good Viking movie.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again.
You'd like it. You're into the
It's
Vikings.
I don't think that, like, there's no talking like the entire movie, but it's just like super brutal.
Ugh.
But also
I'm not a
it's
fan
beautiful
of
because
brutal.
you
I'm
get these
not a
like
fan of brutal.
Norse.
I know how brutal the Vikings were. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Tiara says, did you watch C yet? No, we haven't. We actually haven't watched. I haven't watched a lot of stuff recently. This past week, I've been kind of just busy working on things. We did start watching Whose Line Is It Anyways, but that's kind of like my bedtime snack show where we'll watch it. For
This
like
is
20
fun.
minutes.
It's fun for a couple
Yeah,
laughs.
it's fun. It's kind of mind numbing. You can just laugh and get it.
We also watched one episode,
We watched one episode of the show called
Sweet Home.
because my brother was mentioning it to us and just mentioning how much he loved it, and it's sort of like a monster film. It's a Korean,
Yeah, it's like a Korean instead
or
of
a
zombies.
monster show, right?
Instead of zombies, it's monsters.
Right.
But it's really cool.
It is
I want
really
to watch
cool
more
so
of
far.
it.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch. We'll watch more of that. Sweet Home was good so far.
I've been watching a show. I'm almost done. I've got one episode left.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta shout this out because it's so good. I've been watching Gundam the Origin, which is my second Gundam show I've ever watched. I've only ever seen Gundam 08th MS Team, which is a great anime. But Gundam the Origin basically is the sort of first setup of the Universal Century canon inside Gundam. So the first 7 episodes, it's 13 episodes long.
Come here, Sponge.
The first 7 episodes don't even have Gundams in them because they don't exist yet. So it's like the setup of the politics and the state of the world and like what causes the war of the Universal Century
Right.
Gundam that, you know, all of the subsequent shows and movies in the UC canon are about.
So it's like the beginning.
It's so good. Like, the way I would describe this show is what if, and I love the Star Wars prequels, so I'm going to say something that might sound insulting, but I love the Star Wars prequels. It's like, what if the Star Wars prequels were really, really competent and really well thought out? Like, the politics are so just like, I was wikiing things while watching. I had to pause it and like, oh, who's this character? What's their story? Oh, what's the background? Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I care so much about both sides of this conflict. I hate them both.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good. Because both the Federation and the forces of Xeon are just terrible. They're not good people. You can make arguments for either side, but they're just a body count that's like billions wide on both ends of this thing. And they're just terrible people. But I love that show so much. And if you like space opera, if you like Star Wars and wanted like a big political theater type thing with that's my recommendation.
You love
ringing
Gundam.
endorsement for Gundam the Origin.
Some people are saying you need Gundams,
Well,
and some people are talking about this thing.
funny that you would mention I need Gundams because that is my latest hobby. So that just checks everything off the list. So I've been, one of my coworkers back in October sent me a Gundam. He was like, hey, I think you'll like this. He gave me a real grade, so one of the tiny ones. He gave me a real grade 08th MS Team, just sort of main RX Gundam unit. I don't know the full nomenclature of it. But I built that and I had a blast with it.
Right.
So since then, I have now built a Metal Garurumon from Digimon, Gunpla, and I am currently in the process of doing a high-grade RX-78 from Gundam the Origin. The whole reason I'm watching the Origins because I received RX-78 as a gift from a very dear friend of mine. Some might even say my bestest of friends sent me this. So I was like, I have to watch this movie now that I have this Gundam. But building a high grade versus a real grade, holy cow. Like every single finger.
Detailed.
Every
Yeah.
single, but it's so much fun. I love building
Well, you
Gunpla.
can show them if you want. I mean, you have this camera, right? Won't it like adjust and do all that stuff?
Like now?
Yeah.
Real time?
Why not?
Whoa.
I'll talk about something next. Okay, I have nothing else to talk about on the list. So I'm just going to give you an update about the whole nanny situation. And what's going on with that. So, I cut ties with those kids because of the hair cutting and other incidents as well. The biting, the overall just complete out of control. I just said, I can't handle this anymore. And so the mother sent me a text and she said that she is going to crash and burn and can't do this without me. And then I sent a text that said, I really hope you find someone. We were both stepping around the topic of me not wanting to come back. And because I am a pushover and I have no spine, I'm going to go back just for a few weeks under the promise that I will have help. So now there will be 6 people taking care of 3 kids, which is absolutely out of control. But yeah, I know. I feel I have like a bleeding heart and I feel bad. And like, oh, the kids are going to be devastated if you don't show up again. I'm like, okay, fine. I will come help. But this has to end. So that is me. Oh, Tiara's like, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I like can't. You guys don't understand. It is so, I don't know what it is about me. It is very difficult for me to say no.
It is very difficult for her to say no.
It's very problematic. It's very problematic.
Except to me.
Okay.
That's why we get along so well.
Except to certain people.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and the gifter of Gundams.
But I'm telling you, there are so many times in my life where I will freeze. I will get major deer in the headlights. And I will just go along with something. I've thought multiple times, one day someone is going to talk me into getting into their car and I'm going to feel bad. No, I wouldn't be that dumb. But it's very like, it is very, very annoying. Rogbull says, how rich is this woman? They're both attorneys. They're very wealthy.
That should answer that question.
John Hunter said, did you up your pay? I think a couple people asked this. Oh yeah, Duncan, did you have to jack up your prices? I have not talked about my prices or anything like that. Tiara says, don't go block her number. Unfortunately, we were co-workers and friends. So it's just made everything complicated. But yeah, RC says, Kite, let's go on a trip. Not falling for that. Yeah, hopefully that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
But, okay, now you can talk about
I got Gundams. Okay, so.
You got your toys.
This is the first one I built. This is the one from the, let me see if I can focus on that. There we go. This is from 08 MS Teen. It's real grade, so it's kind of tiny, as you can see by my thumb is like literally bigger than
Well,
this
it's
head.
really blurry. Okay,
Right.
never mind.
Yeah,
It's not blurry anymore.
So I have learned how to do stickers and the sanding and the shading and all of that. I also did a little Gundam marker. I haven't done the inking yet, where you do the ink inside of the creases. I just used a marker to do the face there. Stick a little kind of superposable. Focus in there. Get a full shot. You can like,
I'm gonna fight the Zaku forces on 08 MST. Oh.
So that was my first one. Never done that before. That was really fun. So then I was like, oh, I gotta do more. So I got.
Oh, Pierre says they can't hear you. So what you should do is probably just show it off and then come back and talk.
Okay, so yeah. There's this guy. Ruruman. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
You can repeat what I say to the microphone. Say metal Garurumon.
He says Metal Garugamon.
Thank you, Titus. And then this is the last one I'm working on. This is my current work in progress. You can see he's much bigger than the other one, but he's also a lot more detailed. He's got fully posable fingers. Whoa.
Russ says, could you do a stain wipe to weather the surfaces and fill in the cracks?
Yes, you could, if you had that kind of talent and ability, which I have not learned yet, but I will. I really enjoy. Oh, let me focus. I really enjoy the hobby. It's kind of taken over. I seriously just find the kinetic a little more satisfying than Lego. It's also tinier.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something about it that is incredibly satisfying to put together and build.
Tiny little things.
Yes. But I've not gotten to the stain, paint, Toriyama inking. Toriyama? Inking?
Yeah, he has a whole plan of things that he'd like to do.
Yes.
We got to talk about it.
Yes. So that is my
But
latest
I think this
hobby.
is a good hobby for you because you like putting things together.
I love putting things
We've
together.
ran out of shelf space for Lego.
No more room for
We can't
Lego.
do Lego Creator anymore. We should show off the Lego collection sometime.
Yeah, we should.
I think we have, but we should do like a little tour of all that stuff. James says, if you're into dank memes, remember the Killer Japanese Seizure Robots webpage.
That was from The Simpsons.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was like
I wouldn't get that.
yeah, when they went to Japan, they turned on the TV and there was like killer Japanese seizure robots, and then like Bart and Maggie both start having a seizure on the floor.
Oh wow.
Or Bart and
See,
Lisa.
My brother had epilepsy.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
I know
funny.
like Pokemon during
very
the
scary.
first run of Pokemon, Porygon Rainbow Warrior never made its way to the States because in Japan there was like, you know, Porygon's like
Yeah.
pink and blue. It would flash pink and blue on the screen and it
Right.
gave a whole bunch of kids seizures.
How about let's just not do this anymore?
Well, they didn't know.
How about let's take away the strobe lights?
I think it's not just strobing, it's changing of color.
Yeah.
It's like pink and blue
Okay,
going
this
back and
doesn't need
forth.
to happen. What can't we do? Just a nice soft blending of colors, fading in and fading out. Let's just take away the whole strobe stuff. I don't like that. Emerald says, I've always liked the Zaku's from Gundam.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my next one. Is I'm gonna build the. Actually, no. So I ordered. So that's a high grade. I have ordered a perfect grade of the Unit 1 from Evangelion. So perfect grade is even more complex than high grade.
Wow.
You have to build the entire armature skeleton inside before you put the pieces on. Those things are crazy complicated. That's gonna take me forever to build. But after I do that, I was thinking about getting the companion Zaku, maybe like the Crimson Red Comet Char Aznable guy to fight this guy. So we have
Can't wait for those.
a high grade. Well, yeah, I got to finish this guy first. He's only halfway done. These things take time. They take time and energy, and like I get like neck pain because I
I know
shave
you're
them.
not supposed to look. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like-
can't do this stuff for a long amount of time.
I try to remove all nub marks and all of that. So
He's doing it the right way.
yeah, I want him to look really good.
Meanwhile, he has those, and I'm continuing to do my French.
Yes.
He has his hobby. I have mine. I actually.
I've also played like 20 hours of Cyberpunk this week.
I haven't done any more Cyberpunk since I first.
I
started
love
it.
that game.
Yeah.
Love it.
We did play some Goose Game. That was fun.
Yes, that's on the list.
Goose Game.
Goose Game.
So we played a little Goose Game. That was fun. I don't really know if there's much more you can say.
I mean, it's really pretty.
It's really pretty. It's nice. It's very peaceful. Bishop says perfect grade is the top grade. Those boxes were full of sprues.
What's a sprue?
I'm not sure. Oh, James says hearing about your brother's condition makes me feel like a complete a-hole now. Oh, no, don't feel bad. Actually, remarkably, thank God he grew out of it. So he was taking epilepsy like medication for several years, but he like grew out of it. What was so crazy though was my father and I were up in Illinois. This was years ago when my brother was like, you know, gosh, he must have been like 7 maybe, if not younger. But we were out of state and my mother thought he was dying because she had no idea what it was. It was horrifying for her. So I didn't even get to see. I thank God he never had like another attack, but that time it was really, really bad. Just everything that you're supposed to do with seizures and stuff. I guess she had to get talked to over the phone by the operator. But yeah, no, a lot of people can eventually like grow out of it. So it's not like, you know, death sentence or anything, which is nice. Bishop says, turn your nerd glasses flex. He literally got them lasered off.
Got them lasered off. I have laser eyes.
Laser
Cybernetic
eyes.
eyes. I'm like part cyberpunk.
Andrew says, Smudge looks so chill right now. I know, can you believe this little man is going to be 7 this year?
I can't.
He's 7.
He's hyperactive.
And he's still like getting really heavy though.
Yeah, he grows
Because-
bigger by the day.
Right. He used to be like 12 pounds and now he's 15 pounds. And it's not even that he's fat. I mean, he has like a little bit. He doesn't even have like a pot belly. He's just,
It's
he's
muscles.
like a big boy. Right.
It's just
And
muscles.
he does look like a little like Paddington Bear or something. The way that I've said that he's incredibly like pliable.
Yes.
He just, when you hold him, he has no bones. He goes complete jelly. He needs to get shaved though. We are saying that his haircut is due, poor little thing.
His hars.
his hair. I'm just gonna take him to the little kid, that nanny, and be like, have
Yeah.
fun.
Cut that hair. Ooh, boy, they get bit.
Tiara says he's a toy.
They get bit.
Yeah, he's my little toy. Yeah, they will get bit. Maybe that's what they deserve. Candace says, when are the B-days? His birthday is in March, I think. And Luna's is in...
Like July or June.
I think it's in June or something, yeah.
We don't know their birthdays.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate birthdays.
I know. We don't really celebrate our own birthdays.
We really
It's
don't,
just like a
no.
passing of time. Bishop says, don't shave off the real him. Yeah, I call his long hair the real him.
I call his short hair the real him.
Yeah.
Because he can see, and he's happy, and he's calm. When his hair gets long like this, he becomes really rowdy and rambunctious. But when he's shaved,
Yeah, as he's laying here peacefully,
this is
you're
an
saying
act.
this.
This is an act.
No, this is accurate.
What he's doing right now is, I'm conserving the fact that I really need to go potty, so I'm just going to lay here
Oh,
peacefully.
Yeah, we need to take them potty. I think we're about...
Yeah, I got
we're
2 more
done.
things.
Are they super important? Because
Yes.
I have to make dinner and stuff.
Okay, well, they're quick.
Okay.
So this was, I put this on the list because it's a linky. I thought this was really cool. So they found out this week, the Breath of the Wild NPCs are actually Mii's. Check this out. So in Breath of the Wild, I wish this would have just opened the image. There we go.
Tiara, it's for dinner is roasted carrot soup. Roasted carrot soup, but it's got like a lot of potatoes and beans in it.
So they have found out that you can take Mii's, put them in Breath of the Wild, and basically the way they created the NPCs was by turning the Mii
that's
into
cool.
a person.
Yeah.
Is that not super cool?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I thought that was neat. That's just
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to share that I thought was pretty cool.
That is nice.
Yeah, that's just the thing. See, I'm quick.
Yeah.
I'm with it. That's why we always put
Yeah.
my things last, because I get through them quickly.
Whoa.
I also want to shout out a really cool game that is no longer on sale because the Steam sale is over. But I played an amazing game this week called Umurangi Generation. It's on Steam. I think it's like $20 if you get it with the DLC, and I do recommend you get the DLC. But I don't want to spoil anything, because even like looking up reviews of this game, you get spoiled. I did not know what the game was. I just heard it was like Pokemon Snap in sort of a cyberpunk Tokyo type city, but it's actually a Maori, New Zealand native cyberpunk city. But it is a photography game. You take pictures of various locations around a cyberpunk New Zealand. In Umurangi Generation, it has a really cool soundtrack and a Jet Set Radio look and auditory vibe to it. There is an amazing thing that happens in the game that I cannot spoil, but it does take a really interesting turn and twist. And that's all I'm going to say. If this sounds like something that is interesting to you, and if you like certain cool animes, you will probably really love this game. And I think more people should play it because it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Especially if you like those things.
Those things that I said. Something funny?
No, we're going to play a game after this. We're going to play, first of all, there will be socializing after the seminar on the Discord. If you don't have a link to the Discord, let us know and we'll post one. But we're going to play a game. We're going to play another Kahoot game, and the topic was provided to us by our lovely Candace. So we're going to play it as a group, but guess what? The winner of the game is going to get to decide the 2 categories on the server that we are. So for December, we were split into candy canes and cookies, red and green. So you're going to get to decide the nicknames and also the 2 colors of the teams. So the winner of the Kahoot game gets to decide that. So yeah, we're going to go eat, take care of the dogs, do all that stuff. So probably about like, I'll say 20 minutes. 20 minutes, meet us back on the Discord. And yeah, come if you want to socialize and talk, and we will play some games that are available to everybody. We played Codenames, which you can play in the browser. We can play Sheriff of Nottingham, or not Sheriff of Nottingham, Salem, Town of Salem, which is on the browser. So we'll play a lot of fun things.
Excellent.
We'll do great. Thanks.
Radical.
Rogwell says, I thought the tags to show which of you 2 owns us. Aww. Oh my gosh, we should do that. One team will be my people.
No, that's just going to make me sad.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to have like one person
No,
on my
multiple
team.
people will want to be on your team.
It's going to be me and Andrew. Let's just face it. Me and Andrew, team flex. That's it.
Gaidon will be on your team. Andrew will be on your team. Duffman will be on your team.
I think you're making Gaidon and Duffman feel real uncomfortable right now. Don't put words in their mouth. It's me and Andrew all the way. That's it.
Oh, okay. Pierre says, alors, it's bonne nuit. Pas-il. Bye. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye.
Oh, are we ending it?
No, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Okay.
We'll see you in 20 minutes, but the stream is over.